I'm a little nervous for this, honestly, but we're gonna get a couple of encounters here pretty soon. And I think overall my team has some good super effective stuff against this. Excuse me. I like that it like resembles Dawnfan, but it's completely different from Dawnfan. Oh, I forgot how cute my phone case was.
Oh, Adrian was.
Iron Treads came from the great center of Paldea. Okay. Not fucking around. We're gonna Terra and Raging Bull. I don't actually know if I outspeed this thing, if I'm being honest. Tauros is pretty fast, but I have no idea what this thing's stats are, so... It outspeeds. That's sketch. Okay, did I knock it into range of it running? No. I think here... I don't know if it's going to go for a ground move or another Iron Head, but I think Kilowattrel is the safe middle ground here for this.
So now she's behaving like a rich, spoiled bitch and being like, I'm here for everything. You listen to me.
Oh.
I'm here for everything, not just.
Hit me with a knockoff on the switch in? Holy shit. Okay. Yes, we are Dynamo. I forgot to put that part in the rule set, but we absolutely
also, hi,
are.
Dynamo. Sorry, I didn't say hi before. I was
I'm also glad I didn't switch straight into fucking Bramblegast if it having knockoff. Also, it's a good thing I didn't give Kilowattrel an item on accident. It might be random move if it went for Iron Head and the knockoff, honestly. It might be in my best interest to just stay in and go for an acrobatics, even if it's resisted.
She has her hand and practically butt on
Oh,
Captain Lee.
That was enough to... Okay, I'm glad I didn't overthink that. Okay, good.
Oh my god, oh
let's
my god.
heal. I took today too, Bunny Bun. The overall day was kind of whatever, but it was good to just chill and finally get that news off my chest. All right. Future. Okay, I'm gonna go for a turn 1 protect and see what happens here, honestly. Because if Scovillain can get a little bit of chip damage on this thing, I think I can kill with the Terra boosted Raging Bull. Ideally, I target an attack here, and then Scovillain just gets free chip. Instead, it goes for a knockoff, gets a crit, which is pretty rough, and he goes for a scary face, which, I mean, isn't terrible, because at least now I outspeed. I was sort of hoping for him to get damage off there. But, you know, honestly, him outspeeding is pretty good too, because now I can just get the 2-shot off, I think. So I think I'm okay with that. I'm just going to tear and go for a Raging Bull. He now can't Ironhead flinch me also, which is really nice, honestly, because that was something I did kind of have to worry about before now. I would have preferred damage there, so this would have just killed here, but I think this is an okay situation still. Oh, that's right, he's super boosted this time. That's okay. It looks like... Oh, interesting play. Okay. So, now it's likely that he outspeeds Scovillain, but I feel like at -1, I still probably outspeed him. So I'm gonna go for another Raging Bull. And I think Raging Bull and a double kick should be enough to pick this thing off. Oh. Yo, nice. It still didn't outspeed. Okay. Well, I expected his Scovillain to die there, or I expected my Tauros to take a massive hit, but luckily we were able to just apparently completely murder that thing, which feels a little excessive, but that's okay. And we didn't get a ton of experience for that, thank God, because the next level cap, I believe, is only level 45. Yeah, so the next gym is 45, and then there's a little bit of a gap to 48. This music doesn't really fit this scene very well. Nice. I forget how many badges that is, if I'm being honest. Is that 13? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nice. Cool. Let me put that in the title. Okay. So I gotta say, after watching Shoujo play Pokemon Scarlet for a little bit, the whole feeding your sandwich to a dragon thing makes more sense for the Scarlet Dragon than the Violet Dragon, I think. Because the Scarlet Dragon kind of just looks like this like little dude from the past that you'd maybe actually like feed a sandwich to. Whereas the guy from Pokemon Violet looks like a futuristic like jet dragon that maybe doesn't need a sandwich quite as much. But seems to love it. Oh hey, I can glide. Cool. There's only one more Titan battle? Oh, yeah, I guess so. But it's not till level 55. Which isn't really that far away, honestly. Snatch Gem's 45, but... Ra-da-da-da-do. Oh, the next gym leader is the psychic gym leader? Okay. I don't want to go in too overconfident because I'm pretty sure there's also a rival battle around there, but at least for the team I have right now, I think I have a team pretty much perfectly planned for that.
Then she said that.
Velo with a raid. Hi everyone. How's it going? We just beat Iron Treads for badge number 13 and are trying to navigate our way over for number 14. How's it going, everyone? How was Elden Ring? Hi, I'm Sio. We are gliding and chilling. We're trying to get to Alfrenata and the next gym badge, but I don't actually know how to get there if I'm being honest, so we're kind of just figuring it out.
Hi Velo, hi Sleep.
Bun's over at her PC gaming.
It's true.
So I noticed that you can't glide forever. Does this sign just fucking say all for? Oh my god. Okay. Sort of left that chair like all the way out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay. Yo, my arm is killing me today. The spot where they gave me those 2 vaccines on Friday is like super bruised now. It's like a gnarly bruise too. I don't normally bruise, so... Are we going through Alfrenata Cave first? We are. Okay. I believe this is a separate area from Area 6, so this will count as a new encounter if I find anything in here that's a new Pokemon that's not Dugtrio. Oh boy. Or Toxtricity. or Garchomp or Sableye, because y'all are not new. I'm sorry, little bun. Yeah. There's a chance that I might get different spawns in here depending on how I load in the room, so I might try that again. Hey Ben, how's it going?
Hey man.
Or I guess we could just keep going and see. Nothing. This cave is sick if you like Tostricity, Hariyama, and Doug Trio. This land that I have. Shogun is not allowed. There's a chance I'm not allowed to get anything in here.
Oh my god. He made it to the bottom of the slide and then did not slide off.
I'm looking carefully at every Pokemon to see if there's a new Pokemon that I can catch, but nothing I have run into so far is new. Are you new? No. We're doing pretty good, Ben. It's a rough work day, but we're just chilling now. Trying to find a new Pokemon in this cave, but everything I'm running into so far is either something from a previous gen or something I already have. But otherwise, pretty good. How you doing? What are you? Oh, it's a Glamora! Okay, so the thing that is not that Sableye is actually a new encounter for me. I have to go chase it down because I think it just ran around the corner, but I'm pretty sure that counts as a new encounter for me, if I can ever run into it again. Oh, it's just like floating out in the middle of fucking nowhere now. Wait! I need you. Okay, cool. A new Pokemon. Let's go. I believe you're a rock type? So let's go into Cam and Yawn. Yawn Protect, put this to sleep, and then just try to catch it.
God.
Oh. Slop it. Interesting. It's a special rock type. Oh, wow. No, I didn't know this thing had self-destruct. God damn it. I mean, not much I could have really done about that, I guess. I should have just thrown balls, but I thought I had enough time to be able to get in there. God damn it. Oh well. Not much I could do about that. Glimmet, self-destruct. At least I was protecting on the turn that it went for self-destruct and didn't lose a bunch of health, but that does kind of suck a bit. Okay, well, while I'm here, so I'm gonna chalk that loss up both to RNG and also to just not looking at the moveset until now. Okay, but this still is another new area. And I think this guy's new. I saw the big one first. What a cutie. Okay. Oh! You're a cutie, I like you.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett, how's it going? I'm gonna go into Lit and go for a Thunder Wave this time. The Slowpup doesn't look like it can self-destruct, so I'm gonna assume that it doesn't have self-destruct or explosion here. Double Edge kind of sucks. Hope you're doing well, everyone. Good to see you. I am gonna go for the Thunder Wave, but then I'm gonna try to just catch this thing, I think. This thing has Baton Pass? That's cool. Get on my team! Okay. We got Dotspin. I can't even nickname it Bun because it already has Bun in its name. Look at how cute it is!
Oh! I want donuts.
Now I want donuts.
It's so cute!
He's a cutie. He's a fairy too, which is nice because we didn't have a fairy type until now.
That's my type!
Yep. So you found your Pokemon.
Do you want to name it Dash Bun Bun? So it has a nickname?
You little cutie. I was gonna offer chat if they.
No! It has Bun in the name!
Okay.
I'm your wife. I get as many buns as I want. I won't take all the buns, but I am taking this bun. You can rename the other one.
You can rename the other one. I don't even give a fuck anymore.
Look at this!
What even is the other one?
Wait, is it what, Fido?
Yes.
Ah, spoilers!
I mean, I'm farther in the game than you. I don't.
No, it has Bun in the name. Squee gets me. I thought we named it Bun. Bin gets me.
You little cutie. We named it Bun. You're good.
Dash Bin would have been cute too. Damn it.
You little
Bin.
cutie. The user takes no damage when hit by fire type moves. Instead, its defense stat is sharply boosted. That's incredible. That's such a good ability. Holy shit. Ask question. I think I might bring Scoville in for Meowscarada since it quad resists Flower Trick. I don't see Veluza doing anything here. You have first impression now, right? Do. Okay, let's bring you to over. Yeah. Okay. Where is the gym? Keep town. We'll look around a little bit more after I get through these next couple of battles. But honestly, it took me fucking forever to get here, so I want to battle now. Nemona's a good rival. She's not annoying, but she's also, like, challenging enough. You also get to battle her, like, a lot throughout the story, which is pretty cool. Is this the gym? Did she just take over the gym for this rival battle? Or is there just also nearby another Pokemon place for us to battle? Alright, we're not gonna Terra, we're just gonna go for a Raging Bull. God, this Tauros is so good! Turns out having a base 90 fighting type move with literally no drawbacks and also it breaks screens is pretty fucking good. Alright, also according to our rule set, we always have to stay in and then switch if we want to switch, because there's no set mode. I'm gonna keep Tauros healthy in case I need to switch it in later. And we're gonna go into Blunt.
Like it. What one is that?
That's Ligu, he's a cute. Go, Blunt! Woof! Immune! It doesn't affect me, I'm a dog!
Yeah, dog, I'm a bun, I'm a donut. Yeah, all my favorite things.
I think it makes sense to Terra this, because this is super effective against literally the rest of her team, so... I think the gym arenas are just open to the public. It does... I get it, but I also feel like Nemona rushing out to the gym arena before the gym battle sort of takes a little bit of hype away from the gym battle itself. Alright, you missed your first player off. That's fine. Just don't miss any more, please. You got your miss out of the way. You're good. Woof.
Oh, with a heart, you love me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. So I think I'm bulky enough to take a hit here. And my bulk isn't actually that great, honestly. We'll just go into world's best designated counter for this thing. And save some of the health. I don't know if I need the health on Pup, but we will keep it. Also, because this Palm Out literally can never do anything to kill a Wattrel if it wanted to. Oh, I'm sorry, it can quick attack me, which actually did slightly more than expected. Alright. So, by far the scariest thing on her team now is this Meowscarada. Given how much damage Palmot took, I think I'm gonna stay in, go for 1 Acrobatics, and then switch into Scoville after. I have to be careful because last time I knocked this thing into Overgrow, and Overgrow boosted Flower Tricks really, really fucking hurt. But I also don't think a Flamethrower is going to kill, and then I'm just going to knock it into Overgrow anyway. I could also just Thunder Wave, but Thunder Wave has a chance to miss, so I think I just go for the damage here. Also, Nemona with Meowscarada is really, really hard. Whoop, knocked it directly into Overgrow instead. But also I outspeed, so I could just kill it. Okay, whatever. Played that not great, but that's fine. We got lucky at the end that it went for a slash instead of a flower trick. Also, yo, Kilowattrel is so good. I picked up this bird as like, well, I hope I like have a flying type for a little bit in this. But Kilowattrel counters so much of this game for some reason, because it's just so fast. And like the rest of its stats aren't even really that great, but the fact that it's so fast just means that it always gets to go first. And that alone is like enough for it to be like already pretty good. Also Volt Absorb and also Electric Flying type. It's competitive in singles. I believe it, honestly. It's pretty good. It's definitely more on the Talonflame side of starter birds, I think, where like it's actually pretty damn viable on its own. You learned Ghost type Curse? No thanks. Okay, now we're level 45. So let me do a team recap real quick. Starting off, we have the lead slash probably gonna be the... Oh wait, actually, let me get Lunge on here also. Or low kick. Okay, so we have probably the star of this team. Honestly, maybe making team debut, but in a very good battle. We have low kicks with Protect, First Impression, Throat Chop, and Lunge. There's a small case to be made, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, about running Focus Sash. But I think the extra damage on super effective hits is probably better here, because I don't hit, like, super hard. But we have Protect, First Impression, Throat Chop, and Lunge, which I believe should do some pretty good work in this battle. On the special side, we have Rabska, who's also making their team debut, I think, with a Revival Blessing, Bud Shot, Bug Buzz, and Extra Sensory. Most likely just going to be spamming Bug Buzz, honestly. I don't really see anything else worth putting on this set. So yeah, this should be fine. I'm mostly going to be cooking Bug Bugs with this if I need to. Next up, we have my main switch into Gardevoir, and then hopefully just counter for it with our boy Skeleturge with Bite, Protect, Torchong, and Shadow Ball. Let me make sure there's nothing else on this moveset that I want to add. Yeah, that's fine. Then we have a bait for psychic type moves with Zen Headbutt, Raging Bolt, Double Kick, and Protect Tauros. I don't think Assurance is actually probably better than Double Kick for this fight. Zen Headbutt, Raging Bolt, Assurance, and Protect. We have a Fairy Resist and Scovillain with Sunny Day, Seed Bomb, Flamethrower, and Crunch. And then we have a Ghost type if we need to come in with this. Do you have Shadow Sneak, actually? I don't think you do, but okay. Didn't think so. I don't know if I love the only Ghost move you have being Phantom Force. So let's add this over a Sable. Okay. Alright. Low kicks. Let's go in, buddy. We gotta exercise first. Okay. Oh yeah, I read about that, Splee. I'm sorry. Good luck jury duty tomorrow.
Oh yeah, were you able to get any books for it? I hope so. You don't have to answer me. I hope you were able to get books for it. Have a good night.
Good luck.
So, Santa Cruz isn't doing too hot in this wind.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
As we started there. Are we supposed to do it multiple times or just once? Just once. Okay. So this may have the Guitar Hero 2 boring song effect of I'm not paying attention and hit the wrong button. But otherwise, this is not in any way, shape, or form a challenge. Or a rhythm game, really. Let's just press this button in this amount of time. Alright, well, as usual, I didn't actually know that there were battles leading up to the gym leader. It should be fine, but I've been doing my level caps entering the gym fights because of this exact reason. I guess this will actually help me gauge how well this does against this. Charm is fun. Honestly, there's a chance that Lunge would have just outright killed this thing. But I'm gonna try to play this Kirlia as if I'm playing the Gardevoir later. Shadow Ball should be a 2-hit KO against Gardevoir. It might just OHKO this, but I'm expecting it to be a 2-hit KO against Gardevoir.
Go back to it.
Oh good, there's more quote-unquote dancing. I'm gonna have to do this 3 times, so that's gonna be annoying. I mean, I guess I see both a Slowpoke and a pre-evolved Hatterene that I haven't killed. Still going. Hey Velo, it's going pretty good. We're about to get our shot at our next gym badge after we get through this quote-unquote gym test. We're kind of just sitting here and waiting for our chance to battle the gym leader in between random battles. You have 3 Pokemon? Come on. How was food? Hope it was good. Ooh, boy.
Vagina. Oh, that was so funny to me, and I had to say it out loud. I'm sorry.
Kind of have to assume the worst and assume this thing's going for a jump kick. Potentially is... No, I wouldn't go for a Zen Headbutt against a Dark type.
Also, it'd be really hard to rob these boats because they have to like put a ladder down for you to get on, and obviously it goes up at night. For legal reasons, not because I want to do it, just because I've been thinking about it. Like, how is this not a problem? You know what I mean?
Well, that really fucking sucks. We're just gonna go for Hex, but an acupressure boost for evasiveness is like probably one of the worst things that could have happened here, honestly. Thank God we landed. Please just kill. Oof. That got sketch fast. That Descendant in DD. Yo, the fucking trainers leading up to this are actually very difficult. This is annoying. Assuming you're going for a psychic move, it makes sense for me to go into my dark type here. Okay, and first impression should obliterate you. Nice. God, low kicks is so good! And also, I don't fucking care that I overleveled because I entered the gym at level 45. If I do this run again in the future, I will just probably enter most of these like pre-gym things slightly lower level. Oh wait, I need to heal. No, I'm not ready.
Woo! 20 grand on the tip, 1800 apiece.
Okay. Honestly, I could redo that small stretch of the game and just be a slightly lower level, and then just do this gym battle at the actual level 45. But I don't really think there's going to be a big difference between me having a level 45 low kicks and a level 46 low kicks, because I'm pretty sure it's just going to kind of go in no matter what. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing I actually even technically over-leveled before the actual gym battle itself. But I also entered the gym test at the proper level, so I don't really mind too much, honestly. She kind of reminds me of a Bratz doll.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, specifically a Bratz doll.
Okay, or one of those, like, fairy dancer things.
Okay, I don't really know if Frigoraph is any bulkier than Indeedee is, but I'm still just gonna first impression this anyway. Just pretend I perfectly edged the... Oh, it has armor tail. Okay, well, that's awkward. Did not know about that ability, but that's fine. We'll just go for a lunge. Which also OC'd, so first impression absolutely would have. I don't think that crit mattered. Pretend I perfectly edged this thing to 45 and it just now evolved to 46, because that's all that really changed. Okay, so per the rules of my moveset, I'm going to stay in against this Gardevoir, even though it would have made much more sense for me to switch out like directly, because this will simulate switch mode here. I think I'm just going to go hard into Kevin here, because it should be going for a Moonblast or something here. Got baited hard by that armor tail or whatever it was from Fruitograph, but that's okay. Dazzling Gleam, that's fine. I think I'm gonna keep my ghost type so I can do stab Shadow Ball here. I don't think this is an Oko. Gardevoir is pretty specially bulky, yeah. Oof. Okay. Espathra is in. I know this thing has a really good signature move that's Psychic type. So I'm going to trust my gut here and pivot into Dock. Oh, let me add to the Bun Burp.
Kim, I'm pretty sure you could.
Yeah, I think VIPs can too, but I'll go ahead and do it. And for a Shadow Ball, that's also fine because I resist, but slightly less so. Well, you certainly don't have Armor Tail. Okay.
Thanks though, Kim. Sorry, we're both playing our games. But I think you should be able to, for future reference.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to do a quick calc while she's sending this out. Uh, 46 to 45. And you turn into a psychic type. And I have expert belt. And lunge. What is my attack stat? 106. Okay. So according to this calc, even with an expert belt, lunge is only a 75% chance to Oko. And quite frankly, that's not a chance I want to take here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot into Scovillain on a Moonblast. And I think back into Dock on a Psychic move, and then kill with First Impression again. Because this is basically a Gardevoir, but if Gardevoir was only a pure Psychic type. And I think at this point, that's the best way to play this. Whew. Jesus. I'm going to assume this has Psychic. And I'm going to assume it goes for it over Moonblast, because it shouldn't see Moonblast as a kill. I can go Rabska if I want to... Can I go Rabska? Yeah, maybe actually. Okay. So I'm gonna predict a psychic here. And if I'm predicting a psychic, the best play is to go into low kicks. But because there's a chance that it might see a kill with Moonblast if it just rolls a slightly higher roll, I'm going to make the middle ground and go into Rabska, because Rabska A is slightly less important than low kicks. B resists psychic, and it shouldn't be going for Moonblast, but it can at least take a Moonblast if I have to. I also have a Covert Cloak on, so I won't take a special attack drop, and then I can get a Bug Buzz off. I think I'm good to just switch into low kicks and end the battle here, but honestly, low kicks is too important for the Elite Four for me to risk it here. It would have been a psychic, that's fine. I resist this. I don't know how well I'm going to take it if I'm being honest. But again, Rabska is... Oh, Jesus, I took that so well. Okay. I think I keep my Psychic type here to resist Psychic from her. And then I just go for the Bug Buzz. Moonblast is going to hurt more. A lot more. And Florges is super bulky.
They're all so drunk, they're like, there it is, the boat on the way back. Is Thailand alcohol made different? Because it's fucking everybody right up.
It might be the heat.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair.
So had I gone into Dock directly and just went for the first impression, I'm pretty sure I would have killed there. Now that I'm pretty sure I'm baiting Moonblast specifically, my switch-ins are slightly more limited. And the things that can take a Moonblast can't really take a Moonblast into a Psychic. And I think at this point, it makes sense for me to just get the damage with this and 07 salute Rabska and pick stuff off with low kicks if I need to. I think this kills. We lived on 1! Holy shit! I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm pretty sure it's dead here anyway. Is it dead here anyway? Okay, so the problem is now that it lived on 1 HP, I think this Florges is random move. If I could guaranteed bait it to go for another Moonblast, I could switch in Kevin, resist the hit, and then kill with anything from here. But I think it still makes most sense, even though it's a little anticlimactic since I did live on 1 and I kind of wanted to save this. I think it still makes sense for me to sack this and then just go low kicks and finish this off with first impression. And I mean, on the off chance she goes for, like, Calm Mind or something, we'd kill, but yeah. 07 salute. I could have probably gotten through this Deathless if I would have made that pivot immediately into low kicks. But this is a much safer pivot, and only costs me a Pokemon that I don't foresee myself using at this point. So we go for the first impression. Like we did almost everything else in this battle. We obliterate the fuck out of this thing. And we claim our next gym badge. Cool. Alright, that was a pretty hard gym badge. Florges kind of hit a lot harder than I was anticipating and didn't make my switch quite as good. I also just realized now that I think I have an assault vest, and that would have actually changed things quite a lot. But that's okay. We got our gym badge. It did cost us a Pokemon, but it cost us a Pokemon that I think from here on out was probably not going to have the most value. Okay. And the next gym is going to be the Ice-type leader Grusha, who is level 48. Which is actually pretty much right where we're at with levels anyway. I'll probably enter that battle 47 so I could just learn from all of my mistakes that I've done this entire run and stop entering the fights too early. Did they ever explain how a kid becomes a member of the Elite Four in this, or no?